So let's rewind a bit. Back in 2021, a new name quietly popped up in Los Angeles, California: ARC Boats. And since then, these guys haven't slowed down for a second. They've been rolling out one bold boat design after another, and now they're back with something new called the ARC Coast. This one's a center console, and it's clearly aimed at people who love entertaining friends, relaxing all day on the water, and still having the option to get a little adventurous when the mood strikes. If you already know ARC boats, then you know they don't really play by the usual rules. They're different because they only build electric boats, but they refuse to sacrifice the true boating experience to do it. And honestly, that's kind of the whole point. If you're going to challenge long-established boat builders who've been around for decades, you can't just be good for an electric boat. You have to be just as fun, powerful, and exciting, if not better. ARC seems to understand that perfectly. The only downside right now is that details on the coast are still pretty limited, so we're mostly piecing things together from official images and a handful of leaked specs. To really understand where the coast fits in, it helps to look at where ARC started. Their first boat, simply called the One, made a big splash. They built just 20 of them, each pushing out an impressive 500 horsepower and hitting speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. Even more impressive was the reported runtime of up to 5 hours, with a full recharge taking about the same amount of time. Unsurprisingly, they sold out completely, which instantly put ARC on the map. Beyond the performance, the One just looked incredible, with a clean, modern design and premium materials that made it feel like the perfect place to hang out, talk business, or just enjoy a calm day on the water. And if you wanted to have a little fun, it could definitely throw a solid wake too. Next came the ARC Sport, which took things even further. This one leaned hard into performance and all-day usability, packing 570 horsepower and a massive 226 kilowatt-hour battery. The idea here was simple: give owners a boat that could handle everything from cruising to serious water sports without breaking a sweat. One standout feature was the retractable bimini over the center console, which didn't just provide shade, but also integrated lighting and tow points. With seating for up to 15 people, it was clearly built for full cruise and long days out on the water. Now we arrive at the ARC Coast, and this is where things get interesting. Think of it as a middle ground between the One and the Sport. It still leans heavily toward comfort and lounging, but it also keeps enough versatility for things like fishing or exploring along the coastline. The Bimini makes another appearance here, offering protection from sun, wind, and even rougher weather, almost like a semi-enclosed flybridge you'd expect on a yacht. From what we know so far, the Coast measures 24 feet long and uses the same battery capacity as the Sport, which means up to about 5 hours of runtime. Horsepower is dialed back to around 400, and seating is reduced to about 10 people. The hull is fiberglass, and as with every ARC boat, you can expect a heavy focus on advanced electronics, some of which are designed specifically for their vessels. All of these changes point to one big thing: affordability. Compared to ARC's earlier boats, the Coast comes in at a much more approachable starting price of $168,000. Of course, that's just the base price. And once you start adding options and custom features, that number can climb quickly. Still, for what it offers, it's clearly positioned to attract a wider audience. With deliveries planned for 2026, interest is already building. So if this sounds like your kind of boat, getting on the reservation list sooner rather than later probably isn't a bad idea.